All right, welcome back to Before I Call My Therapist. I'm sitting here with John Foster, sports legend, tennis legend. He's an awesome commentator on such. I'll let him introduce himself and kind of tell you guys what he does. Go ahead.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, well, really, I'm a tennis pro. I played a lot of sports growing up. I started with, football and baseball. I played 7 years of baseball.
Yeah.
Right over here, I'm listening to the Astros. We got a good team this year.
Oh, yeah.
And bet my buddy, New York Yankees, even though I lived in New York City for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. Even though I'm only 30, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. 35,
right?
maybe?
30, maybe.
Yeah.
So, tennis coach. But I have a little twist in my background. Before I started playing tennis, I played football and baseball every year, and then I boxed.
Okay.
But back in the 70s, it wasn't like nowadays, well, hey, I don't like the way you looked at me, man. I'm going to kill you. Knife, gun. No, I'll meet you at the flagpole. Come on, we'll go hit each other in the face a couple times, and then we're cool.
Yeah.
And then that's how you make friends.
Yeah.
There's respect. Nowadays, they all hide, sorry, guys, hide behind a knife and then just go duke it out. Have a good time, punch each other in the face a few times, then you're going to respect that guy, you know?
That's true.
And it's all
to fight
good.
Another day,
I intend to make that video one day, too.
Yeah.
For you guys. Be a man, stand up and, settle the differences. Nobody has to go to jail and nobody has to die.
So you have a boxing background.
So yeah, I did. I fought nationals, won the state, 112 pounds. Did it for a couple of years because I had to. I was so small, Matt.
Right.
When my first boxing match I was 14 years old. I did it for a year before I had my first match in front of a crowd. And I trained like a dog because you're going to go and box. It's not like a tennis match.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get knocked down.
Exactly.
So I ran hard. I was either going to pass out or win the race.
Right, exactly.
Especially if I know I'm getting in the ring with somebody, you know? So I'm not going to run out of gas and be punching bag for somebody.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of cardio for sure.
So anyway, but I didn't like it. I just had to do it because I used to beat up a lot of people. I say beat them up. It wasn't a big deal. You meet at the flagpole or you get in a little fight. Nobody's really hurting anybody, But they were all bigger than me when I was doing it, and then they got too much bigger than me, man.
Yeah.
You're not a big guy yourself.
Yeah. You just say you have limits on these things.
There are limits. When a guy just starts throwing you around like a rag doll, and you hit him in the head.
That's when the guns and the knives come out.
And he looks at you like, okay, are we starting now?
Okay.
So anyway, let's get into tennis. So then, after nationals, which I fought nationals, Green Bay, Wisconsin, got to meet Bart Starr in Lambeau Field in the locker room. And that was my dream. I wanted to be Joe Theismann, Joe Montana. And I wound up, the day you hit somebody, how you hit somebody with a good shot, tackling them. I like to tackle. But I played quarterback for 3 years, so I pitched for 7 years. Pitcher catch, so I had a good arm. And my arms are a little off. I'm an ambidextrous coach. Let's talk about ambidextrous coaching. That's what I do. That's the future of tennis. And the USTA hasn't bought in yet, but now they're going to know about it. They're going to know about me, thanks to this podcast and many others. I hope to get on Joe Rogan. I used to coach pro boxers under Angelo Dundee.
Yeah.
Angelo Dundee, I got a call. I was working, watching a fight with my old boxing coach, Coach Mike McCallum, the body snatcher, who knocked out Donald Curry. The body snatcher. Yeah, because he had the, So Mike and Tommy comes to Houston. And I'm with Lou Duva, Georgie Benton, and the guy that spent a lot of time with Evander Holyfield. Evander was there, and that we were training at Workout Etc. at Tim Hallmark's gym in Houston, Texas, staying right across the street at the Holiday Inn. And I'm driving Vinny Pazienza, no, not Vinny, but Meldrick Taylor, Pernell Whitaker, took them to shoot hoops one time. Poor Pernell, he passed away.
Oh, yeah.
He got ran over or something. But anyway, I spent time with Pernell and Meldrick, taking them playing basketball at the Charlie Club in Houston. Back in the day, there was
Yeah, what year era was this?
we're looking at 86,
Okay.
1986.
I was born in 87, so.
I'm only 30. I told
Okay,
you.
yeah. That's right.
But anyway, so anyhow, about 87. When you were, what year were you born?
87.
87.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he
It
was
the
just
year
getting
before I was
born.
born, yeah.
So I was 25 at the time. I'm only 30, but so in 87, 25 is when it hit me. Now I started playing tennis when I was 15. It takes you about reading Bill Tilden's books and stuff, about 10 years to become a pro tennis player, to have a feel for the ball and play, about 10 years.
Right.
I think I can cut it down now with my training, and that's what we're here to talk about and everything. I have special training. Now, Hank Kaplan got me, and I did. I went to work for Angelo Dundee. That's a great story right there. I got to tell this. This is a half an hour, but I got a big story.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm working for Rick Macy at Inverary in Florida before I moved to Texas. And this is before, because after my dad had cancer, and that's why I was here in 86, 87, Sweetwater Country Club. And
Did you come from New York to?
From Miami. Well, where did I come? Good question. I came from Miami. I had to come here and be with my dad because he was dying of prostate cancer.
Okay.
They have cures for prostate cancer now.
Yeah.
Back then they told him you got
Did
4
you come
years to
here
live.
for the cancer center?
He was at MD or but he was a vet.
All over the world, man. People come from all over the world.
It's the best in the world.
Best in the world, yeah.
For cancer, but they didn't have a cure for it in 86, 87. Now guys, get checked. I got to get checked, but I think I'm good, but don't think, go do it and you can get cured.
Yeah.
So anyway, back then you got 4 years to leave. So I was trying to go pro in tennis and I just couldn't, my head, I got to go see my dad before he died.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I made the move, came out here, and he lived about another year or so. And I wound up with a great job at Sweetwater Country Club, making a lot of money, and then it just hit me one day.
Were you coaching?
I was coaching. Yeah.
Okay, that's what introduced you to coaching, or?
No.
You were coaching before that?
I was coaching before that.
But then that was your first time at
a country club.
Okay.
At a country club,
So
yeah.
Sweetwater, okay.
I came here and I actually...
And what year was that?
That was 87 when I was here, or 86, 87.
So coaching in facilities and other places since that time?
Well, I started, good question, Matt.
39 years, give
It's
or
a
take.
long story, but we're trying to get it all in here. In 85, I was in New York City. My brother was one of the top dancers in the world. Mikhail Baryshnikov interviewed 6 boys and 6 girls around the world to see who's going to be a professional ballet dancer with American Ballet Theater. And they had... my brother was one of the 6 boys picked. Now my brother was a boxer too.
Wow.
That's a great story. They go.
That makes sense though. You hear that like the ballerina aspect of it in fighting.
That's funny. Because my brother was a football, baseball every year or two, and then he boxed after I did. He actually beat 2 people in one night. Didn't fight nationals like me, but he should have won the state championship also, beating our friend. But anyhow, and his friend even told him, "Hey, you beat me." And he was a champion from years before. So my brother goes ballet, which he did tap and jazz, went to New York a couple of years. But now Baryshnikov takes him to this program. And the day before he's going, I was playing for tennis in college. I was playing 3 in college. That's a whole story in itself. We don't have time. But I beat 4 guys that played #1 in high school, and I was only in my 3rd year playing tennis, so I was doing catch-up.
Yeah.
But I knew when I went to tennis that that's what I wanted to do. Everybody was, what is he going to play, baseball, football? He's too small for football.
Yeah, because even when you told me, I was like, which one did you like excel at or whatever? So
Boxing I excelled at, but I don't like to fight. I was good at it.
Yeah.
But it's not something, some people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Some
You gotta
people
be
like
kind
to
of a
fight.
mean bastard to like want to be out there beating the shit out of people.
But they
all
don't
the time,
look at it like that. Like, and I don't look at fighting. I can fight somebody. I'm not mad at somebody. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna hit them. It's gonna be, it's like, and if I mess up and they knock me out, hey, good shot.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't see that one
had
coming.
a good snooze, exactly.
Yeah, but I never got knocked
so
out.
essentially, you're someone that had trained a lot in boxing. Your
2
brother.
years,
You said your
2
brother.
years.
Your stepbrother.
So my brother, yeah.
Is that your full-blooded
My
brother?
full brother. He looks just like me, but he has dark hair. My dad
a
looks
level
like
of athleticism ran in your family.
they say that, yeah. So no, he really has the fame. He came from New York. We did a couple of years. I used to give the flowers on stage with Baryshnikov sitting next to me. back in 19, and I gave flowers to Gelsey Kirkland on the stage.
Okay.
Just before she retired, wrote Dancing on My Grave, Gelsey Kirkland.
Wow.
It's a good story. I got a good story coming. So anyhow, I walked back off the stage in the tuxedo and point to the girl that I sat in the front row that I met on the streets that day in New York City. He said, hey, you want to come to ballet with me? Man, I goofed a lot in New York. It was fun. 49th Street, 100 yards from the music hall. I worked in the music hall.
In the 80s?
In the 80s.
New York in the 80s is a different animal.
I worked in Reginette, which Regine's was a top nightclub, French nightclub, 59th and Park Avenue. And I had the job in the Reginette. And I remember talking to the general manager. I said, hey, I want to work in the nightclub and because these guys made $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Tuxedo, there was no girls. Back then it was $20 for a double, $10 for a single in 1980 for a drink.
Yeah.
And you get in I waited on Julio Iglesias, not his son that's married to Kornikova, Julio. Raquel, everybody. Kathy Lee used to come in all the time, and Sylvan would go.
You were a waiter there?
I was a waiter.
Okay.
And it's funny how I got the job because I had no experience. I said, yeah. And the minute he saw me running around, he must have known this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So I was praying every day, let me keep this job. I'd be walking down the street. And I already had another job in a hotel. So I was doing 2 jobs. I was walking home with like $1,000 in my pocket, and I'm like, and then the hookers would come and grab my arms and I'd have it in there, which I wasn't afraid of too many people. I just thought it was funny.
Just the hookers.
And then on top,
get off me.
And then we had a cat house upstairs.
Okay.
And I used to go with one of the girls and sit upstairs with her.
Okay.
Oh, what a life. It's crazy.
John was like Jesus. He just went in there and just hung out. He was just hanging out the entire time.
With the girls and
he was just hanging out. That's all he was doing. He'd do nothing wrong.
So,
God bless him.
I thought that was a big bird. So, well, we need to talk a little tennis here. So that's I've had a crazy life. It's a great life. The book coming out, American Tennis, the history and the future.
Yes.
And I have the future.
Yeah.
I work for the best of the best. I work for Dundee, cornered a world title fight for him in Kiel, Germany. Did some pro fights in.
And you're working with some younger people now too. I seen you with some younger, up and coming.
The future of the game is ambidextrous coaching. When they're under, they do. I got 5-year-olds. Look at some of my stuff on Facebook, Instagram. It's all going to come together.
I know what it means, but explain that in layman's for people watching. So ambidextrous is 2 hands.
Using both hands. Well, being able to use the right hand, now here's the problem. It hasn't gotten popular because, even my ex-boss, he says, well, John, let me know when you get a national champion player, And I would have had one, but everybody's fighting it. Like the other coaches, when they go, no, don't do that. Don't use your left hand to serve. And that's the deal. There's been a lot of people that go ambidextrous, but they don't have ambidextrous coach that teaches world-class competition.
Right, exactly.
So you might have a lot of ambidextrous players, but if you don't know how to play world-class tennis, which I reached that level. I didn't have the opportunity because the stock market crashed the day a guy was going to give me money after looking at me and for 3 days in New York City, East River Tennis Club. The guy says, yeah, he can play pro tennis. And I had a guy, Crescendo.
Sign you to a pro.
In 86, I gave up my job at Sweetwater and drove to New York and quit my good job. I did that a few times.
Oh, man.
To go chase a pro career.
Yeah.
So I get to New York and my one buddy, Doug, that I just had vacation, says, hey, if you beat these 3 people, I'll sponsor you. And then you can play pro. I beat the one guy, and next time I barely lost this one match. I know why. Well, when you play a sport or you do anything, you know what you do good.
Right.
And you gotta have your system down. I hit my serve, I hit my forehand, and I'm looking to set this up. And off that one thing, all the people I beat, that's the main thing I do.
Right.
Right. And you gotta have it down, and that's what you do. Now, there's other things you can do, but really I'm just looking to win most of my points that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know this, but in a tennis match, just like Roger Federer just said, he just put this out. He's putting a lot of good information out. He says, "Hey, when he says I played matches, and now they can tell all the points you played, the games you won, and everything. It's all on record." He goes, "I've won 6,592 points. I'm just making up a number, but it's somewhere in there." In my total career, here's one of the best players in the history of tennis. And he goes, and I lost 6,400. And so he's about 50-50. This is one of the greatest players of all time, besides being a great guy and everything. Okay? And so you mean if I'm the greatest tennis player in the world, I'm going to win a point and lose a point? Yeah. And that's why people you want to be a pro in any sport, you got to know how to lose and then learn from that loss.
Yeah, yeah.
And people think
that's a good point. That's like, yeah. I mean, I know for sure we see it in skateboarding a lot. You know, you try a trick, and then people, they're sitting there going, 10 times on one trick.
And then how many you get it the one time out of what? Now I don't know skateboarding, but
it can be brutal on your body. But
brutal.
At the same
Some
time,
guys don't make it. I'll bet.
Yeah.
One bad mistake, you break the arm, and either they don't want it. I'm just guessing, but I know they don't get it. One, they either can't do it anymore, or they won't do it mentally anymore because they know the pain and everything they went through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's a mental game at that point for sure.
Yeah, it could be right. It's definitely either you have it. I used to ride motorcycles, right? Howard would flip his motorcycle, road burn, everything. He'd be back on the bike the next day. No,
Exactly.
And me, I was smart enough never to go down, but I wasn't that crazy. We used to play chicken a lot of times. This is a guy you don't want to play chicken with because he will run through you. He'd rather crash, and you got to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I dealing with a guy that's crazier than me? This guy's crazier than you.
So is your book primarily about like the art of coaching?
Or
is it more or less just about your life, or what is it about?
Yeah, here's what it's going to be. Tennis is in the dumpster right now.
Okay.
For America. Because of pickleball. And guess who did it? USTA did it. And I'm talking with them right now, a few people. So the book's not going to be John Foster's idea of what's wrong. I'm talking to top pros, top coaches, everybody.
I apologize.
No, you're good.
Brother.
Do
We
it one
have
more time. Come on over here. We'll talk tennis.
At least he
I
apologized.
apologize for messing up y'all stuff and whatnot.
You just got a cameo, bro. That's all.
We've had a few people.
You as well.
All right.
This is good. This is real cool. Matt, you're so cool, man. And the people you got working, man, this is really
we
good.
have a blast. Yeah, we have a blast, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've done my own podcast. I got my own podcast coming out.
Yeah.
Talking Tennis with John Foster on YouTube.
Okay.
And then on boxing, I got a boxing show which I want to redo. I want to do it like that martial arts guy, where I take like Austin Trout and other people who are world champion. He's a bare knuckle guy.
Okay.
The tough people are the nicest people in the world.
Oh yeah, for
people
sure.
don't really. They got nothing to prove. They're not afraid of you. You ever seen the guys at the ballpark? And the guy's like a world champion boxer, and the guy's a lot bigger, and he's in his face, and he's just looking at him like I mean, if the guy, it's like playing with a child. You don't understand. A pro, it's like child. If he took a swing, he could go like this. He could go stop because it came in slow motion, and bam, and it's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I want to get in the ring with them and go, tell me about this because I know a little bit, not a whole lot, but I'll learn a lot. You ever seen a martial arts guy? You know what I'm talking about? He goes to different martial arts. Well, I want to do that with boxing. In fact, I'm going to do that, and I probably got to co-produce it with David Connolly on Films by David. Check it out. He did a boxing movie called Manny that he hasn't really produced yet, but maybe we can work on that, and we're hoping to get it on a series. We're going to push that along one day.
Cool.
It was good. He had some professional actors in it doing... It's good, Manny.
Awesome.
Look for it on Films by David.
So a book, and you got 2 shows coming.
2 shows coming,
Okay.
but we'll talk about the book, Ambidextrous the Future, one-handed backhand and a 2. Nobody does that right now. I talked about it for 20 years. All my kids can do it. But here's the thing with ambidextrous. It's not about forehands and backhands.
Yeah.
If I can hit 2 forehands, big deal. It might make you, in fact, it takes more time. You might not have the right grip. If I hit with one hand on one side and 2 on the other, this hand never changes here, and then when I grab it with this hand, I can put it in the right position and then goes. But if you got to go here and go here, there's a time difference. And if you don't know how to hit 2 over here, I'm sorry, it's not going to be better. So that's not the deal. But here's the deal. I was working with a guy that's working with Michael Russell, who's about 30 in the world, Landon Schaefer from Virginia. He'll probably be working for me one day again. He's doing real estate now, but I'm going to suck him back in when I get my company going. He doesn't know that yet. Don't tell him. Schaefer, all right? So when we playing with Michael, and Michael had just played Roger Federer. So we're practicing with this guy.
Okay.
And Andy Roddick called Michael and said, Michael, come to Austin and train with me, And he goes, no, I'm good. I'm hitting with Landon, and I'm happy. And Andy wasn't too happy with that. But so Michael's hitting with Landon, and I'm coaching Landon. And so we said, hey, Michael, you just played Roger Federer. What's the difference when you play Federer? What's the big deal? And he goes, 2 things. He says, 1, when Roger hits the slice, it's low. It just stays lower, so you can't practice against it. You know, it comes in. You got to figure out how to deal with
Yeah,
that.
how do you practice against somebody who's really? It's like batting against Nolan Ryan for practice.
Yeah, you can't unless you get a machine throw. So you can't practice against it until you play. And then two, every time in men's tennis, it's all about the serve. It should be that way with women, but women don't know how to pitch. And well, look at my serving thing. People don't get it. It's all about pitching. You think I'm going here, I'm going there. You think I'm going here, I come to the body. You think I'm going there, I go here. I look there.
So some of the same concept that can be used in pitching can be used in tennis.
That's why I could pitch. Like Sampras used to go off of one toss. He could slice it, kick it, or hit it flat.
Right.
You know what I used to do? Because I had an arm. I used to quarterback. I'm like the Kansas City Mahomes. You know how he's sideways and he's throwing the ball like this. I could take it and throw it behind me, and this says 100% kick, and I flatten it out. All of a sudden, it's coming 110, 120 miles an hour. Back in the day, that was a lot for a little guy, too. So I'm going like this. You're expecting this high kicker, and I flatten it out. I throw it out here like I'm going to slice it. I flatten it out. I throw it in the middle. You think a straight ball's coming in, and I slice it at you. The thing, I'll give you guys a little tip. This is the best tip if you play tennis or anything. Guess what the best serve is? Carlos used it to beat Djokovic for the first time when he won, I think, his first Grand Slam. Okay, I'm serving to you. I can serve over here, serve over here. That's not the big serve. The serve is I'm going to hit you with the ball. I'm coming right at you. So now you got to worry about me hitting you with the ball. Now, that's why you see guys a lot of times they go, and then the ball goes over there and you go, why didn't he move to it? Because he thought he's looking for this. And even if you hit a decent serve over there, once you got him afraid of this, these are aces.
Yeah.
So I've never heard, I've worked for the best of the best, Macy, Everett, Seguso, Bassett, Nick Bollettieri. I brought him to Houston. I've been around the best of the best. I'm like that guy that I'm blessed. I've been around not one great legend. I've been around multiple. Nick Saviano, the USTA high performance coach.
Yeah.
So anyhow, it's been 20 years. It's coming out. John Foster Tennis.
So are you offering lessons at all?
Yeah,
People
come
can
see me
contact
from
you
all
for
around the
lessons.
world.
So if you have a child that wants to learn, or if you yourself want to learn, and even if you're just playing out of leisure and you just want to sharpen your skill set, contact John. He's a wonderful guy. So do you have any like email or your Instagram or anything like that
Thank
you
you,
can
Matt.
shout out?
Yeah, if you got any questions or anything, trust me, the world of tennis can get a lot better, and I'm going to make it that way. And we're going to save American tennis. We're going to get it back on board. Pickleball is taking 50% of our players away, and I've had that confirmed.
I know it's exploding.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
I called USTA the other day. I said, how much is pickleball and how much is
in
tennis?
the Olympics now.
It's 50.
Yeah.
It's an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Pickleball, God love it, because you and I can go play pickleball together. We're friends. I got a girl. Hey, I can go out. I can't do that with tennis. But here's the thing that's gone wrong. The coaching is not good. And that's what you'll learn in the book. It hasn't been good. We're not producing professional players since Andy Roddick in 2003. He became number one in the world. Tommy Paul, he's playing great right now. He's in the finals. In fact, I got to go watch that right now.
Yeah, because it's been like that girl from the Philippines and like other people that have kind of filled those shoes for a while now.
The girls, we got a lot of girls and we got a lot of guys coming out in this Tommy Paul. You got, but they're individual projects. It's not. We don't have a curriculum that does that. If I coach you for a year, I can give you a foundation and fundamentals that will take you to as high as your talent will allow you to go. But if you don't have a good foundation and fundamentals, like having the racket prepared, a good swing, professional tools. If you don't have professional tools, you can't play professional tennis. And that's a problem. People think that the pros do it right. They don't. And the guys right now, they're coaching off the guys on the tour, and the guys on the tour don't do it right. And they come and they start teaching everybody wrong. China's doing that.
Right.
They copied America. They got the Chinese coach, and he's like, oh, we got whoever here, 70 in the world, and how do you do it? And they start studying her, how she's hitting the ball. Oh my God, OMG. If you can coach 5 million people how she does it, nobody's gonna win.
Right.
She does it.
Right.
She does it. You can't copy that. That's not foundation. Coaches, you gotta understand that. So I'm a coach's coach right now. I don't coach people. I'm gonna coach academies, and if they'll listen. That's the problem nowadays. There's no curriculum. And I don't have the only curriculum that wins, man. It's not like I'm saying, hey, John Foster, I'm the only one.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, if you come to me,
it works. Yeah.
It works, and it's going to be different information than what you're
going to
get.
get.
And you're going to be shocked that,
you're paying for the, you're paying for the knowledge throughout the years. You know, it's just, I
Oh.
kind of tell the people that come to me the same thing. Is like, you're not paying for me, you're paying for 25 years of experience.
That's it. That's
or-
good, Matt.
you know.
Here's something that is so true about me, and I've noticed what I did last year, I'm not doing it this year. I changed it. I've evolved every year. I'm doing something different
have
every
to.
year.
Yeah,
every
you
year.
have to.
For 20 years, I've been evolving.
I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Stay evolving. Stay constantly evolving, because if you don't, you just get left in the dust. You know.
One other thing I'd like to say, and I never really did it as a player, but I did have Bam Winitsky, one of the great. I played with him on Ivan Lendl's court in Greenwich, Connecticut, after I taught in the Hamptons one summer. And he goes, "I'm going to kick your butt on Lendl's court." He goes, "You worried?" I said, "No, bring it." He beat me like 11-8 twice. I come to the net, I'm a serving baller, come in, I volley the ball out of the dirt from the sideline into the corner. He's running into the curtain, hits it down the line, and I'm like, and I let it go because I know if it's out by a little bit and it hits the line. And he comes out of the corner going, yeah, he was #1 in the world with John McEnroe. Watch my Facebook. I have an interview with him. He talks about he played Lendl on the tour and beat him one time. That's another thing. That's the next book I'm going to write. Bam Winitsky, coach. He helped Lendl. People don't know this. He helped Lendl beat McEnroe. Why? He grew up. They were co-ranked #1 in the world when they went to Wimbledon.
Okay.
Bam wins Junior Wimbledon. McEnroe gets to the semifinals of the main tournament because he did both. He played Junior Wimbledon and played qualifying. He qualified and then dropped out of the junior tournament, got to the semifinals. Bam dropped out of UCLA and went pro, and McEnroe drops out of Stanford and goes pro. There's
Right.
a story. So they're friends. People don't know the Bam Winitsky story yet. I've interviewed McEnroe a couple times, and he always looks at me like, I mean, he doesn't like, I don't, but Mac's such a competitor, he doesn't like anybody. You know, God love the guy. He's great. And I look forward to
So
talking to
read
him
his
some more.
book, check him out, go to his Instagram, follow his content, because
Yeah.
he's got more stuff coming.
Should I give him a number? You
Yeah,
can
no,
call
absolutely.
me. No voicemail. Call me at 832-623-0994. John Foster. I'll talk to you. Send me a text by. I'll call you back. If
you
I
go.
can pick up, I'll pick up.
That's direct, man.
There you go.
Yeah, that's as direct as anybody's ever done it on our show, man.
Really?
So
All
it's been
right.
awesome having you on, man. Thanks
you,
for being
sir.
on Before
Thank
I Call
you.
My Therapist, John Foster. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Perfect, man.
This episode of Before I Call My Therapist was brought to you in part by Jabaroma, Stinky Pits, Jab It with Aroma, Faded Decade, The Underground Standard, We're #1, and viewers like you. Thank you.